Hey guys, so what I'm going to do for you today is a review slash application slash showing you what it is. And what I'm talking about is Laura Mercier's Tinted Moisturizer. And it is, Laura Mercier is known for her tinted moisturizer. She is the god above god when it comes to tinted moisturizer. It has won numerous amounts of awards. I mean, it is the best tinted moisturizer out there. I do my research before I decide to get into it. I wanted to get a tinted moisturizer because I really wanted to have something in the daytime that didn't give me that look of I'm actually wearing makeup. This summer I'm going to be doing a lot of things outside, weddings and stuff like that, and I don't want to come up to a person having... Thank you, Cooper. I don't want to come up to a person having all of this cakey makeup and her being like, God, please do not make me look like that. So, graduations and proms and anything really outdoors, barbecues and stuff like that, this would be a great look where you're going to be outside and you still want to have that flawless look. So anyway, so I wanted a foundation that would definitely not make it look like I'm actually wearing foundation. So I decided to try out the Tinted Moisturizer. So it's usually retailed at $158, but Sephora is doing a sale right now for $65 for this entire sample size package with all of the goodies that are inside. So if you guys want to see what I have in here as well as how to apply it, keep watching. Okay, so like I showed you guys, it comes in this container right here, and I took some of the things out, but anyways, the first thing that you're going to get is the Laura Mercier's Foundation Primer. Now, I'll get into why I got the normal one instead of the oil-free foundation and the primer. I get into that as I'm applying it, so don't worry, it'll all be explained. Anyway, so it's a 1 fluid ounce, so it's, I mean, to consider it a sample is really not... I don't really think I consider it a sample because I've used this like 5 times already and I like literally like, okay, that's where the mark is right now. So anyways, that's the primer. Then you also get the Tinted Moisturizer, which is what I'm explaining. Again, 1 fluid ounce, and it has a sunproof SPF of 20. And we need SPF because we don't need wrinkles, we don't need to look gross, we don't want sunspots, we don't want to look all ugly and nasty, and no. So, the next thing that we also have is we also have the, what?
That's awesome.
You get 2 brushes, full size, not trial size. You get the camouflage powder, which is this brush right here. It's flat. I have a thing over it to prevent it from getting ruined. Really soft, really great. Then you also get the Secret Camouflage. This is the godsend. This is awesome. This brush is great. Cannot wait to show you guys how to use it. So it's tapered, as you guys can see, which is going to help really, really well get into those nooks and crannies of your face. You also get a puff brush, or a puffer, you guys can see right here, which is great. Very soft. Also, you get a sponge. This is an egg-shaped, it's flat sponge, which is really great, but it's really soft and it's awesome for when I'm applying my foundation. And the last thing that you get is the most amazing thing. Even if I'd never bought the foundation, I would totally buy this. It's the Duo concealer, and it's the Undercover Pot 3, which is this right here. And you guys can see there's one side, this is the lighter side, and then this is the darker side. So this side is creamier, as you guys can see how it is right here. This is what you're going to apply because it has a pink undertone to it to your under eyes to counteract that purple or blue that you may have going on. This, which is a little bit thicker consistency, is lighter, which is going to counteract any redness, any discoloration, any scars, anything you want to get rid of. It is amazing. Then, underneath, really cool, unscrew the cap like this, and there's your translucent powder. So it's like everything in one great trial size thing. And it's just 1 color, so it's got no sheen to it, and it's not white to the fact that it's going to white you out when you actually take pictures. And then, of course, you get the case. So that is everything in it. If you guys want to see how I apply it, well, you're going to have to because you know you want to know about it now. Keep watching this video. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to apply our foundation primer. Now also keep in mind you're going to want to put moisturizer on first, but I already did that. So this is the foundation primer that it has. They come in 2 different kinds. There's one for oily skin, and then there's an oil-free base. The oil-free base, the woman explained to me though, is that it's water-based. So she said, according to her, that in the end, because it's water-based, it's going to eventually come out to be like liquidy. So it's not even really going to matter if you get water-based or oil-free or not. She said that in her particular advice is that if you don't have extremely oily skin, I just get it around my T-zone, that to just get the regular primer, which is this one. The oil-free comes in a darker color, or a darker container. So you're just going to take a little bit on your finger, about like that much, and then you're just going to put it in between your fingers and put it, I put one on my cheek, forehead, nose, chin, and nose, and then just rub it in. This foundation primer goes on really, really smooth as well. I really, really like it. Make sure to go under your eyes as well, and just blend it out. Okay, just give that a few minutes to sit, just to let it really melt into your face. So I'm going to give this a few minutes and we'll be right back. Okay, so now that we let that sit, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to apply our concealer and conceal any of those imperfections, and also under the eye. The directions say to do the Tinted Moisturizer after the primer, but I feel that because it's the consistency, and because this is light to my skin, that I want to put this over first, make sure that everything blends out, and then put the primer or the Tinted Moisturizer on first. So you could do vice versa. I just found that this way works easier for me. So this is the container that it has, and it has one side, which is the dark side right here, and then it has a creamy side, which is, or this is the creamy side, the dark side, and this is the light side right here. This darker, as you can see, pink kind of tint to it is what you're going to apply under your eyes, and if you can see with the wet consistency, it's going to be blended really, really creamy. And then this side is actually not creamy at all. It actually is very difficult. People are saying to, the MUA told me at least, that people didn't understand how to do it, but I will show you how to work it. And this is what's going to help get rid of any imperfections, any blemishes, any scars, any discoloration that you want to get rid of. So let's get started with that right now. I'm going to use the Secret Camouflage brush, which is what this came with, like I showed you, this brush right here. And the best way to do it, the woman explained to me, is you just grab it and you're going to go a feather, using very feather-like and windshield wiper motions. Just go like this, you guys can see, just like that. Wiggle it back and forth, get a little bit of product on, and then you're going to do the same thing to any imperfections that you have. So I have one right here on my temple, so you're just going to go like this and wiggle it back and forth, and that way it really blends everything evenly. So again, just go in, brush back and forth, windshield wiper motion, and conceal any of those blemishes. So I'll just pat first, and then windshield wiper any blemishes. Also, you're going to want to get any redness, as I explained. So I'm really red around my nose area. So again, just drawing the brush into it. And because this brush is tapered, it really gets into your crevices and your creases of your nose really well. So if you are like me and you have discoloration, extreme redness around your nose, this brush is really great for applying that as well. And the next part you're going to do is you're going to use the other side, which I showed you, which is the pink side, and it's really creamy, really awesome. You've seen me use Coastal Scents, which I used to swear by, but now I totally love this. This is so creamy. It feels so good, and it blends like butter. So just use your ring finger, and you're just going to tap it along your under eyes. And because this is a daytime look, I'm not going to go into what I usually do, which is the whole like triangle thing. I'm just going underneath my eyes where it looks like I'm tired. I go up a little bit too, blend that into the tear duct, because it does, for me, tend to get a little bit dark over there. And I just want to make sure that it's all even. Make sure to get under your eyes, but just keep in mind that you're tapping, stippling, as they call it, to blend it out. Okay, and then also do that to the other side. So take your ring finger, dip it in. It's so creamy, and like you literally don't need like any product at all. It's amazing how well this product works. Okay, now that that's done, your next step is going to be applying your tinted moisturizer. Okay, so I've dampened the sponge, and keep in mind you just want it to be damp. You don't want it to be soaked. You want to, if you could wring it like this, you don't want anything to come out. So just make sure that it's damp. Okay, and then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to apply the tinted moisturizer. The great thing about this is it has an SPF of 20 on it. So I'm going to take about that much just because I want a little bit more coverage than light coverage, but not whoa coverage. And I'm just going to take the edge of the sponge like this, dip it in, and I'm just going to start right in the middle of my face, working my way around all the way down. And what I'm doing is actually stippling this on. And this is going to actually melt the foundation into your skin, as well as give it that dewy glow that you're looking for, especially in the daytime. Okay, so just keep working it around. And the great thing about this is that because there's such an array of colors, you won't run into that problem of not knowing which to get, and if you want it to be a little bit lighter, you don't have to go as much. If you want a lot of coverage, you can add a lot of coverage. That's the really great thing about this foundation. I really love tinted moisturizer now, and I'm really, really glad that I found out about this. Okay, so now that we have that on, I don't want to go any darker. Like I said, I just wanted to give a nice, like, iridescent glow and just make it look like, you know, my face looks flawless. So the last step to this process is you're going to want to set this foundation, which is going to make it stay. Now, what I like to do, and the directions also say, and it works, I've liked it so far from what I've been doing, they tell you to use the camouflage powder brush, which is this brush right here, and just get a little bit, you guys see at the bottom, just get a little bit from the back, which is this right here, onto this brush. Tap off the excess and go over where you put your concealer, just to make sure that this does not, your craters don't come out, that if you, like, you know, sweat a little bit, these are going to stay in place. So just go over the places that you concealed, and then we're going to go over it all completely, but this just gives it a don't go anywhere kind of effect. Now, if you're feeling a little bit more oily today, you can also go down the bridge of your nose with this, just to give a little bit more of a shine proof. You can go over your chin, you can go on, you know, your forehead, but I'm feeling pretty good today. Today is a good non-oily day. So you're going to take your powder puff, and this is the way that the woman explained to me to do it. And you're going to make it into a taco like this. So just see how I'm doing that and fold it over, and you're going to get the product in here. So I can't really do that and show you, but just make sure to, what's the easiest way to do it is just put a little bit of the translucent powder into the cap, and then dip the cap into here, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to, once it's in the middle, you're going to rub it together, so that way in the middle it's going to distribute evenly throughout the whole puff, okay? So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that we have put our translucent powder into our little puff, you're going to just press and roll, press, roll, roll, roll. Press and roll, press and roll, press and roll, press and roll. I feel like I'm about to be, like, imprinted. And what this is going to do is control that shine. The more you put on, the more controlling of the shine it is. It's going to make your look stay all day. And that is it. That is the entire process. Super easy. Look at how flawless my face looks. It's going to be great for the summertime. I would definitely recommend Laura Mercier's Tinted Moisturizer. So if you guys have tried it, let me know what you think. Let me know the differences if you guys have tried the oil-free. But until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in another tutorial. Bye.